Hey everyone, my name's Gunther, and welcome back to another episode of Surviving the Abyss. A lot has changed from our very first episode. Our base, as you can see, we've got it to a point where it's almost pretty much self-sustaining, which is fantastic news. In fact, we've started to expand even further off camera in an effort to kind of feed the beast that is the need for population. Otherwise, everything's going really well. There's three things I want to accomplish in today's episode. Number one is we have a slight issue with our power section. It's quite dangerous air. It's that was intended. We were moving everything off of the main hub, and we're trying to get them all over here, and then we can just kind of work on this and improve the air quality over here. Number two is we need to get our resources, specifically our steel, back under control. And how we're doing that, I've already started the process. We have set up our impact extractor. So our first one took quite a few resources to get there, but it's going to maximize our overall iron production. We need to make sure that we get that as far as possible. Right now, I think this is the only iron deposit that I've been able to find. I might have to take a look for that. And then the next thing, the third thing we want to accomplish today is just to continue the story. Now, in order to continue the story, we actually need iron and steel. So it's all connected in some weird way. The big thing, though, right now is we are in the process of cloning some engineers. I think it's the one thing we're missing a lot of. So we are working on bringing them in, if you will. And the best way to do that, I find, is just to kind of stack them all together like so. Why is this not? Hang on, something's hinky here. I thought I just did this and it's not working now. Weird. Oh, you know what I did? I know what I did. Hang on. We'll do that and then... There we go. Took me a few seconds to figure that out. Our goal is to get as many engineers as possible, as that seems to be the one thing that we're running out of. And we are going to tack all of our engineers. Why are you on a submarine? There we go. So we're producing 1 iron every 6 hours, which is much better than what we were originally. Our coal is doing okay. Our oil is doing okay. I would like to maybe extend over here and kind of take advantage of this coal deposit. But in order to do so, again, we need some steel. More so because we need to extend our light tower, and we need 10 quartz and 8 steel to do that. So we have some plans for that. We also have a broken fauna trap. We need to make sure that we get that repaired ASAP. Other than that, I think everything's kind of moving pretty well. Again, I think we're going to see liberal use of some jump cuts in this episode, just in an effort to kind of continue the story and figure out what's going on. But otherwise, I think we're in a good position. We have stabilized everything. I've cleaned up everything as well. You can see I've gotten rid of a lot of the additional tubing that we didn't really necessarily need, so I've kind of made everything a little bit more self-sustaining. Our power is actually doing fantastic. Our main power grid, which is this guy, is producing an abundant amount of electricity. Everything else, we're doing okay. Oxygen, again, we're in a good position with the exception of this grid, which we want to fix today. Can we actually fix that right now? Let's take a look. I don't know if we need steel for that. Life support would be where we need to go. And we need steel and quartz, a lot of it. Oh, great. Maybe we should add a quartz onto this goal as well. We need to exploit some of that. Do we have any quartz that's close by? We do over here, which is over here. Again, this game suffers from not having a mini map that would help out. Let's see. Maybe we can get lucky. I think it's actually like a real deposit. The other thing that I've been kind of doing as well is just kind of going around and trying to find as many small resource nodes that I haven't picked up just yet. I think we have quite a bit. Oh, fancy that. We actually have a quartz deposit right here. Let's see if maybe we can get that. What do we need for the impact extractor. We need 30 steel. It's quite a bit, so let's set up just a regular drill extractor. And I think we have... I hate when I thought they fixed this. They just dropped an update that was supposed to kind of create the pathing a little bit easier. What are we doing? I think we're good for that. It's part of the main power grid, which is ideal. We don't have enough steel to we don't even have enough steel to run the power cables. Goodness. There we go. That should power it up, and that should be good to go. We're generating quite a few engineers, which I think is exactly what we needed. Not a lot of scientists. We do have quite a bit, but I feel like it's going to be a slow process to create the scientists. More so because, again, our goal is just to create infinite clones. We take a hit. Every time somebody dies, we take a hit, and that's why we want to get rid of that. So we want to make sure we're off of that. The other thing is I have spent some time. You can actually see we have placed down our first molecular protein lab, which is producing quite a bit of high quality food, but we're chasing the malnourished crew members. We're trying to get that fixed as much as possible. We continue to have some unhoused crew members as well. We have tagged the production of a modern living center, but we are missing some quartz. Funny enough, something that it didn't necessarily tell us originally is the fact that it'll let us know what we're missing from a resource perspective, which I'm very thankful for, because that was a pain trying to understand what it was that we were exactly missing. In this case, we just need a little bit more quartz, and we're getting there. All right, so knowing that the game is in early access, we are on the cusp of pretty much unlocking everything that there is to unlock in this game from a research perspective. We have skipped a few things. We are going to unlock improved deep vein extraction, which I think is the most expensive item now that we have left to unlock, a whopping 900 science, so we'll go ahead with that. We have skipped over the blast extractor, and the reason why is we get I think it's 60% chance of successful mine rate at 1 per 5 hours, whereas we do 100% in 1 per 6 hours. So you can definitely see the impact extractor was a little bit more beneficial. So I did make the decision to kind of just skip over the blast extractor. Didn't really need to get that in the meantime. So that kind of covers everything from a resource perspective. From a power perspective, we have unlocked everything with the exception of a biomass generator. So what biomass generators do is it does produce 18 power based off of habitats, and then you can actually upgrade and you can get additional levels. We haven't really gone down that path, more so because it didn't really make sense. We were using all of our biomes to get DNA. From an oxygen perspective, we have actually unlocked the advanced oxygen generator as well as the initial upgrade. I think it might be time for us to get the second update. We'll get 40% additional oxygen out of it, so I'm not too worried about that. One thing we can unlock, though, is a molecular protein lab upgrade, which is going to produce 20% more high-quality food. We have unlocked everything in the population sector as well. From an exploration perspective, really just a submarine command, which, you know what, let's unlock it. We'll take a look at what that does. And then we have our research into genetics. And there's a few things I have my eyes on when it comes to this tree specifically. We are going to unlock engineer mutation minus 5%. Next, once we have the research, we're going to unlock the minus 3% for science, only because we can always do with some additional less mutation. Speaking of, let's see, we will see in a little bit how that works out. In the meantime, we have collected quite a bit of our scrap steel, everything like that, and we actually have our submarine return. So let's go ahead, before we do anything, we will send out another submarine. This is kind of something that I'm just it's been keeping me occupied, kind of going around and exploring everything that's going on out there in the wilderness. So we'll go ahead with that. But it does look like we are set to go. I think we may have enough resources to start expanding over here. So we are going to have to create a whole new base. It's too far for us to do anything. So I think step number 1 is, of course, a dock. We need to get a dock going. So we'll do that. We also need to get, just to make it a little bit easier, we're going to get a building stockpile set up over here, and I'm going to stick it right here. I think that's going to work out really well. Now, we do want to look at maybe getting trench extractors. We can only have one of these. Oh, great. So it wants us to get samples from the surrounding growths, and I don't know. We have to figure out what the growths look like. So I guess we got to start also expanding outwards. And in order for us to do that, we do need to set up some power. Otherwise, we're not going to really be going anywhere too far. So we'll do our regular diamond shape. I think that's going to make the most sense. And we will connect the power. In the meantime, looks like our exploration sub has already gone out. And brine pools, as always, a death trap because it the high salt. We're going to grab the research data, so we'll take that. In the meantime, I think this is pretty much all that we're going to do over here. We're going to set this up, and it'll take a little while for the construction subs to make their way all the way over here. In fact, we have our first one coming to visit. Hello, little guy. In the meantime, we will travel all the way back over. This is the one place I'm kind of a little unhappy with the way I have it set up. I would much rather just not have anybody working in this destroy lab. I really don't know why we have engineers working there, but whatever. We're using it really just for coal, and this is giving us some science bait, so that's what we really need here. But I'm just not happy with the way that that's kind of set up. Everything else you can see, like even over here, we've kind of created a self-sufficient area. We've actually also set up our first advanced fauna trap, which we do require in order to unlock a rare, the very rare habitats. So I was really excited to set that up. And actually, funny enough, it required power in order to set this up. And I don't think that was something I was expecting to have to kind of face. So be warned, I guess, if you will. As always, we'll continue to send out another sub. We'll check out something a little different. Let's check out a deep sea trench. I think we've already sent people over here. So maybe we'll skip that. We'll check out the sea mine because that usually gives us some good resources. Who do we want to send? Not too many people. We'll send off the stabilizers because we can risk losing those. Submarine factory because nobody needs that. And the destroyed sub because really you're not doing a whole lot. We don't really need research anymore. We're at a point where it's kind of like broken even. The only other thing that I think we're running into, we actually don't have enough stations for our employees. And I really wish they would give us a better understanding of what it is that we're facing from a work perspective. Like how many gaps do we have from an engineer, from a scientist perspective? It would just help out significantly in making sure that we have the right thing. As an example, I'm pretty sure that we have too many engineers or I just forgot to set up a freaking dock on this one. So let's get that set up right now. We'll get that corrected. Yeah, that was a miss on my part. Now we're also facing some oxygen issues over here, and you know why? I forgot to set up our tunnel. Everybody makes mistakes. So let's get that tunnel set up. So that's gonna start off there. What are we gonna get from here? We got a Nautilus, we got Atlantic Torpedo Ray. I don't even know what they do. So let's go ahead and set up some basic fauna traps initially as well. We'll see what we can do there. Interestingly enough, we do have a submarine over here as well. I would like to send an expedition out, and maybe that will be our next expedition that we send out. Otherwise, I think it's just gone back to the waiting game. We are building up quite a bit of scrap steel, which I think we did find an abundance of iron. Actually, that's why we found some iron kind of hanging around. But this should give us the opportunity to set up some additional basic air purifiers. Now, what I've been doing, interestingly enough, and I'm kind of just like tacking it on the inside wherever I can, because we have the station. Actually, I don't want to set it up here, though. And the reason why, these are temporary. We are going to move them over to these advanced coal generators. Just going to maximize our total output for there. And we have a vestige from a war in the not-too-distant past. Leaving it here would be a hazard for our submarines, but do we have the capacity to disarm it? Let's exploit it for resources, and we got a whopping 30 steel, which is exactly what we needed. And that's always that's why we always do that. The other thing, weirdly enough, I wish we could rotate these just at a 45 degree or on the corner, so like we can get like a little bit more out of it. But it is what it is. We'll take that. We'll tack a few more on right there. And what does that get us up to? I think that's going to get us 40%. That's going to get us up to 60%, I think. So we're slowly getting out of there. Let's. Oh, can't we? We're out of quartz. All right. So we have been attacked again, and weirdly enough, it didn't send a warning out to let us know that we were being attacked. So what we are going to do is we are just going to engage our UV mode, because I did hear it. I heard it. So we're going to engage that, and we'll see what happens. The only downside is it's going to just like eat through our. It's going to eat through everything. Yeah, there you go. You can see that it just attacked our sonar tower. That's not very nice. But as you can see, there's no warning anymore. I don't know what happened. They used to send out a warning whenever we were being attacked, and I guess this is the wrong button there. This is what we need to face. So let's hope that goes away. I don't know if it will, because yeah, there's just no warning. Weird. Well, I left it on for, I think, maybe another day. I haven't really heard anything, so we're going to go ahead and turn it off. We're going to conserve. Oh, no, we're being attacked. I spoke too soon. So, yeah, weirdly enough, that's, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. The attack is over for now. That's what we were waiting for. So maybe the UV, maybe it did help out. I just wish it would have notified us that we were being attacked. I actually got distracted. I was trying to set up some genomes, and I was actually there we go. I was trying to get some generalists because I think we're running low. So I was busy trying to do that, and then I heard the groan from the anomaly, and then I kind of like immediately paused the game, and I was kind of weirded out in the fact that it didn't really notify us. I don't know how I feel about that. So a little bit of a shocker. Now the other thing, once again, we are facing some unhousing issues, and we are working on improving the oxygen. I think we're up to 53% now. We're I guess 62%. We're out of the danger zone. So let's see if maybe we can get that up just a tad more. It's going to use up even more of our quartz, but I think it's well worth it. We'll do that, and then that should get us up pretty high. And we are getting some wins. So again, we're just missing out on housing and recreation issues. I tried to fix the recreation as much as I could. You can kind of see I went around and I kind of cleaned up as where I could. Just having we seem to always be chasing that crew recreation access. I think the big thing that hurts it is that you can only do 8 people in here at a time. So you have to kind of over plan, because like as an example, this is servicing 6, 7, 8 buildings, which is why we have additional ones here, but it's servicing 8 buildings, and I don't think it has enough. It does tell us. Okay, so I didn't notice that. So 8 out of 8, 8 out of 8, and then 5 out of 8. So it looks like we're doing pretty okay. Which is, I guess, again, it's a win in my books. We just need to make sure that we kind of get it out of there. Oh, look at that. We are finally out of the alert disappeared. So we're up to 82%, which is fantastic. We're going to wreck it again as soon as I switch from a coal generator over to the advanced coal generator whenever I get the resources for it. They are quite resource intensive. In the meantime, I think what we were waiting to happen was all the way over here, and I think we finally got some staff working in one of the coal generators, which is what we needed, because now we can start to expand. What are we looking at? We are generating 13 power, which is exactly what we needed. So let's see if we can pop down a light tower. No, we're missing the quartz. All right, I guess it's back to waiting for that quartz to come in. It took a bit. It did, but we finally set up our light tower. We're going to shed the light on a little bit of what's going on over here. I don't really know how we're supposed to exploit this. Short of, I guess we could just send I guess we can send somebody over to check it out. So let's go ahead and do that. We have quite a few unemployed workers, so why not? And we will also send them. That should get us. It's going to take 1 day for them to get over there. In the meantime, we have set up a sonar tower, so let's kind of explore the area a little bit, see what's going on. I'm very curious to see what's over here. I think we're on the edge of the map as well, which I don't think we can really go any much further down. I'm hoping though that we have some fuel resources out here. What do we have? We have a coal extraction point, which is always nice to see. Let's see here. Again, any resources out here? Oh, quite a bit of resources over here. Maybe we can take advantage of that concrete deposit. Okay. Again, sometimes I question what they do here. I did find out as well. We have collected some lead, but there is no use for lead. We can't use it in the game as it stands right now, so we may have to come back and revisit that down the road. But it looks like we're setting up our first little base quite well. We also found some. Some interesting things. We found an oil rig, which I'm assuming if we exploit this, we're going to get some oil rigs out of it. So that might work in our favor. So I don't know. Did this do something? Did it do something? They're almost done. They're about to return. I guess one thing we could do to kind of speed up the process a little bit is actually build a separate exploration sub. We can start sending them out on a relatively quick thing. Oh, we've anomaly detected. I think I haven't seen that in a while, so let's go ahead and turn on our UV rays. In the meantime, we will build another exploration sub as well, and let's see if this drives them away, because that would be really nice. I really am not looking forward to building or rebuilding, repairing buildings, if you will. I do want to say again, thank you to the viewer who let me know I should just use the UV mode. I kind of just, not gonna lie, I kind of tossed it aside and didn't really think about it too much. So thank you very much for reminding me about that. But it looks like we haven't heard anything, no attacks or anything like that, which is a win in our books. Let's see, can we send out another submarine? So again, we'll send out all of these unemployed people. Don't know which scientist we sent out, so let's hope it wasn't a bad one. While we're waiting as well, I think I do want to grab this. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, okay, hang on. We can do it like this. I do want to grab the. I want to take advantage of the coal extraction point over here, because that's going to be the one thing that we need. So we'll go ahead and start building out that way. We're going to have to create another self-sustaining little building. So that means oxygen, a dock, and the coal extractor. But that should help to fix some of our. We'll be back in the green for coal, because I think right now we're kind of we're not. All right, so it did work out, although I didn't see anything happening, so I kind of jumped the gun a little bit, and I kind of went with it, which inadvertently meant that we might have accidentally lost out. The other thing is, with the introduction of this light tower, we have officially hit our total cap for electricity, which means that we need to start planning on what we're going to do over here. I think everything is already. Oh, we can actually get one more. So we will move. What are we going to do? We'll move you from the drill extractor. That should actually give us enough power now. Not yet, maybe. Oh, we need there we go. Okay, we managed to eke out a little bit of more power, which means that we can finally take advantage of this coal extraction. So let's set this up before I forget, because I probably will forget. So we're going to set down our coal extractor. We need to get a small oxygen generator. No, not an advanced one. We just want a regular oxygen generator. So we'll go ahead like so. And then we also need to get a dock attached to this as well. Otherwise, people won't be able to make it out to work. So we'll go like that. And then we'll connect everybody up like so. And we do need to get the power extended out. And that should do it. Now, on top of that, I think knowing that we've extended out this far, we have enough room that we can actually send out some subs and take advantage of that. And it looks like the damaged oil ring, this thing used to be above the surface. We might be able to copy some of the infrastructure for its own purposes if we study it successfully. Oh, great. So we just got more research data. Speaking of research, we have an abundance, 1,400. So what are we going to take advantage of now? Let's unlock scientists, mutation reduction, power efficiency module. Where does this go on? The power efficiency attachment module reduces power output on power generators for increased research data. That doesn't seem like a smart idea. We'll unlock this. We don't really need a research lab at this point either. We've kind of exhausted that already. We did unlock the submarine command, so I think we need to send. I do want to build that, see what that looks like. We could unlock, maybe we should. We will unlock the nutritional paste production. Sounds terrible. We will also unlock the molecular protein lab upgrade. Make advantage of that food because I have a feeling we're going to be hitting our cap in food. I want to take advantage of that while we have it. We have sent out a few submarines over here to the habitat. I don't think it's actually doing anything though, and that would make sense because we have to figure out what's going on over there. So let's go and check that out. All right, so something happened. I really don't know what, because I stopped the game. I actually ended the episode. I couldn't figure out what was going on. Our goal was to collect three samples from the surrounding growth. Could not figure out what I had to collect it. I was collecting from the habitats. Everything was going to go. I actually ended the episode. I was ready to call it quits. I didn't really know what to do. And then lo and behold, I reloaded it just to check it out. And the game updated. And it looks like we no longer have a mission. I don't know what happened. It looks like is it here? We have no missions. That's it. Oh, there we go. A transmission terminated. Awaiting further communications. Overseer, we've had a temporary loss of communications with the surface. It appears that all the information we're getting for now, no matter we must survive. Thanks for playing the early access release of the Surviving the Abyss. The key narrative events end here for now, but there's still more to discover. Click continue to play below to keep playing. Coming updates will expand and add new features complete with the narrative and ending paths and enhance the overall experience. If you want to have your say in the direction of the game, please use the feedback link in the main menu. I guess that's it. That's the end. This is the end of Surviving the Abyss. As it stands right now, I think we're in a really good position regardless. Our process thus far have been less than perfect. Many of the genomes we've acquired are causing worrying mutations. This mutation is leading to shorter lifespans in our clones. By carefully selecting genomes from the sequence, finding new genomes with lower mutation and unlocking new technologies, we could produce clones with no mutation whatsoever. We've already done that. Weird. Anyway, I guess it's maybe this is from the update, but we've already produced quite a few with no mutations. So you know what? Let's just zero this out right now, and then we'll call it we'll see what happens. I think this is the end as we know it. What do we want to do here? All right, there we go. But I think this is the end. This might be the end of the episode, the end of the series for now. We will bring the series back as soon as there are additional updates, and we can see what's going on. I'm really curious to see where this game goes. I had a lot of fun. As always, while we wait for this to come through, feel free to leave a like, drop a comment. If you're even feeling up to it, subscribe. That would really help me out. I'm not in it for the subscribers, but it definitely lets me know I'm doing a good job, and I appreciate that. This has been the longest cloning ever. There we go. Let's see if it gives us anything. We finally got a bonus to our crew relations. I don't know what's happened. I figured I would have gotten all these a lot earlier in the game. But hey, as it stands, I think we'll end the episode here. I will have to sign off for now. Moving forward, or looking forward into the future, I think the next game we're going to play is going to be another city survival game. Some type of game like that. I have my eyes set on a few. But stay tuned. It might be a few days in between our next upload, and I do apologize for the latest upload as well. I got a little sidetracked with some additional games. As it stands right now, the channel, we're not really focusing on single-player games, things like that. I'm more into the survival, the city building, survival aspect. And I'm going to kind of keep the channel close to that. I think that's what really brings me a lot of joy, and at the end of the day, that's all that really matters. As always, everybody, ciao for now.